Is this a must-win game for the 49ers?
I think every game from here on out, that's the cliche, is every game's a must-win game. But at this point, I think every game should be a must-win for the 49ers just to keep pace with the Cardinals. But that's just assuming that they lose one of those 3 division games. If they win out in the division, they beat the Rams, they beat the Seahawks, and they beat the Cardinals to end the year. It doesn't really matter what they do against this one Bills game. They get a mulligan. But I think if they can win this, that does give them some leeway. That last week of the season against the Seahawks, who I think will be really tough for the Niners because they'll be fighting for that 1 seed. So if they win this game, they have a lot of room to maneuver for the rest of the season.
Yeah, if they lose this game, a lot of wins going to get sucked out the sail. So they need to win. It's a must win. I'll keep it short and sweet.
Ooh, okay, Jack.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a must win because they've got to keep this thing going because if they don't, there's too many teams around them right now with about the same record. I think they need to win this, and they need to get to that game against Arizona without losing.
I actually think it's not a must-win game. The way I look at this is the last game the Niners can afford to lose. Now, it's possible they lose this game, win out, and still miss the playoffs. But I think if they lose this game, win out, they probably do make the playoffs. And it's true. Momentum is helpful. Losing your first game after getting evicted from Santa Clara would be a downer. But, again, this is a really good Bills team. They're 8-3. There's no shame in losing to them. It's going to be really hard to beat them. And if they do lose the game, it doesn't mean they're going to lose the following week against who they play the following week? Washington
football team.
They're going to beat Washington. They're going to beat Dallas, I think. And then, one way or another, what happens this weekend shouldn't affect what happened the 2 games after that. And then they're 7-7 with a 2-game winning streak going against Arizona, who I don't really believe in. And then if they pull that off, then you get 1 game, for all the marbles against Seattle. So I mean, look, if they win this game, the whole thing becomes much easier. Much easier. Then maybe you don't have to beat Seattle week 17 or Arizona week 16. But I still think they can kind of make it as a photo finish, even if they lose this week. But it would be just better if they took care of business.
The only counter to that is you lose the luxury of controlling your own destiny. I don't have the exact numbers and every playoff scenario laid out in front of me, but you figure if they win out, which they can do and have control over depending on how they play, 10-6 likely gets you in. So if you lose this game and you try to get in 9-7, there's a lot of different variables there that need to work in your favor to get in. So must win.
Yeah, you have a must-win approach. You don't want to go in and be like, hey, whatever happens, happens. Let's give it
exactly.
Let's give it the old college try.